upside down.
Hey everyone!
Hello.
We are live with video tonight for the first time.
I mean, we've went live before, but
right,
never in actual
live and in color.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, kinda
with the Telemundo.
Okay, well, I'm Joe.
I'm Eric, and I'm going to do something we haven't done in a very long time. Now there'll be context. Now there'll be an actual sound, and people can actually see what we do.
Right.
All right, here we go. As I choked on mine, but right on. Yeah, first sip is always the greatest. Yeah. I don't know if you sound like freshly brewing coffee or a snake.
Freshly squozen.
God, stop taking my words. All right. Well, we are down one tonight.
We are. Unfortunately, we do not have JD tonight.
We do not have the third.
Right.
Or Mr. Neutral. But there's, life happens. So.
Right. And this is allowing us to test out this whole camera situation.
Technology.
So we'll be testing that out, hopefully more.
Right.
We might have to get a bigger table if all three of us are going to sit on the same side.
Or we just go aerial.
Get a drone and just have it hover.
I mean, you would really enjoy that, but I was talking about something hanging from the ceiling or something like that.
Ooh, and then we could just spin it and make everyone sick.
We're trying to gain fans of
the
our podcast.
Weirdest things gain fans.
Yeah, but sometimes not the right ones.
Man,
I mean, I know you're
there.
I know you're trying to get, some sort of governor for, peanut butter like tacos, but that's just I don't think it's gonna happen.
Peanut butter tacos are a thing, and they're fantastic.
They're not. The only people that would know about peanut butter tacos. And if anybody wants to join chat and tell me that I'm wrong, but I'm just saying, to have just a soft taco,
yeah,
and then a whole mound of peanut butter, as you like to put on there, which is like half the jar.
It was no.
Yeah, but you hadn't, and you said it that night. You were like, I haven't had a chance to go grocery shopping.
Yes.
So that right there tells you that would be the only reason it would be even remotely understandable. If you have an entire kitchen full of groceries, you don't need to get a soft taco and put a mound of peanut butter on top of it. Roll it up and then eat it. And you didn't even put anything else on it.
No. Everything is better as a burrito. It really is.
Yeah, moving on. I'm not going to answer that. I'm not even going to factor an answer for that one. I can do that, though, because I'm Hispanic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's start this off right.
See, and I'm not even the one making the jokes.
You're not?
Not tonight.
No, your wife was earlier. I'm still...
Right. A little bitter about
that.
A
little bit.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I forgive and forget. And it's not because I'm old. So...
Because JD's not here with us tonight.
Yeah.
Well, how was your week?
My week was...
I heard something good happened.
Something did. There's definitely been some positives and negatives, and I've been able to, for the first time, outweigh the negatives with positives. Can't say that very often, but yeah, I actually am in the midst of finding different employment. And I was able to sit there and talk with a representative, and they actually kind of sweetened the pot a little bit to a point to where I would be making $3 more than I was.
Ooh.
So yes, that means that yes, I am a responsible adult. I get that money needs to go to responsibilities, but I'm also an avid collector and a game addict. So yeah, yeah, right. Or just collecting purposes. I have an issue and I'm dealing with it. But yeah, when they offered that, I was sitting there. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I have so much more money for games now. Not responsibilities, but games come first. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, do you remember the conversation we had on the phone about me finding an old, like CCTV?
Yes.
And looking at old, like VCR tapes and everything like that of like childhood memories, because I loved to, when I was a kid, I would do, I would go around and like shoot video and everything like that. It's just me and my friends being dumbasses.
No.
Yeah, right. Hence, one of the videos is, or one of the tapes is called Dumbass Videos. We just tried to kind of do our own kind of just nerdy shit and stupid things. But I had actually found an old CCTV and my old VHS tape stuff, and I started kind of reminiscing and going through those memories and everything like that. And I had talked to Joe about it, and what eventually ended up happening is that the CCTV was put on the floor in front of my dresser, just to kind of get it off my dresser so I could put my laptop back on charge and everything like that. And yeah, got up one night to get something to drink, came back in the bedroom where the light was off, and I kicked the hell out of the TV to a point to where I think the middle toe on your, like, you have your big toe and then your 4 other ones.
Yeah.
You have your pinky toe, big toe, and then the 3 other ones. The middle toe, I think, broke.
Oh.
Because it is damaged and kind of bruised badly. And one thing I learned being diabetic is you have to take care of your feet. So I am trying every kind of remedy that I need to figure out. Good saving thing about it is that on Monday I have my next follow-up appointment with my doctor. So I'll just have to pull my shoe and sock off and be like, all right, tell me what to do with this. Because I don't want, please don't amputate.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't take my toe.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Now, if they were to amputate the big toe, I'd be screwed because that keeps your equilibrium. Like, you can't hold balance if one of your big toes is missing. Now, the middle toe,
and you can.
Not so much.
People find balance without legs.
So how was your week, Joe?
I worked.
That's nice.
Yeah. I barely slept.
Insomnia's been, well, I don't know if you had insomnia or not, but it's been a big kind of task for people.
Mainly for me, what's been going on is I fall asleep pretty easily, and I'm waking up.
No.
Yeah. I can't imagine me falling asleep easy. But like,
I can't imagine how many pillows could be stacked on you while you were sleeping.
At least 10.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is I have been tossing and turning and waking up 3 to 4 times a night.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, like I was talking to Ashley earlier, I actually have been suffering from insomnia and trying to kind of keep my schedule kind of complete and on task with it and everything. But I've actually tried ASMR.
Is that like BDSM?
Wow. I knew you were going to go there. No, just because it breaks down into certain letters, it does not always account for BDSM.
It's close.
Yeah, no, not at all. But no, it's basically the same thing of when you're having trouble sleeping and you go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which we are live on right now.
Right.
You can actually go in and it's just sounds to kind of help you sleep, to kind of relax you into the part of falling into deep sleep.
Okay.
There's also, I'm pretty sure that you've seen it where you can put on like a video like through YouTube and everything like that of thunderstorms, because for whatever reason thunderstorms really relax people to be able to sleep.
Yeah, it just pisses me off.
Right. Well, with me, like the thunderstorms, like the lightning, of course, like that's gonna keep me awake. That's not gonna, you know, the rumblings and the raindrops and stuff doesn't really affect me. Sometimes if I've drank a lot before I go to bed,
right,
and then you're listening to rain, that's your fault. You know, if you become a bedwetter, that's your fault. But
so you're saying you're a bedwetter?
I am not, because I did not listen to the rain while I slept. I did try something that I talked with your wife Ashley about earlier, and that was like chakra, I think is what it is, but it's lucid dreaming.
Okay.
And I really kind of I don't quote me on this because I need to do more research on lucid dreaming and stuff, but it's supposed to kind of be an outer body experience. So I tried it, and it was the third attempt at trying to go to sleep and beat insomnia, and the lucid dreaming actually worked. You do have some pretty detailed dreams, but at least you're sleeping. So try that next time, because the only thing I can really look at is when you're saying you're waking up 4 to 5 times a night. You've never come off as that person that has night terrors. I don't think you've actually had that much difficulty, like up and down throughout the night. Like beforehand.
Not generally, no. So I have been drinking a lot more water.
Okay.
So that could be the situation, is that I'm waking up because at least one of those times I am getting up to run to the restroom.
Right.
So that is a possibility.
Okay.
So
it couldn't be because like people sleepwalk in your household.
Oh God, and scare the shit out of you. Yeah.
Or even if you are sleeping, like and you're in REM or deep sleep, someone could be standing there paranormal activity style.
Right.
For like 2 hours.
Or just, you wake up and they're standing over your bed.
Well, I mean, that's just every night for you.
That's happened. Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
Now that we've scared everybody.
Right. No, other than that, it's just been a regular week. I am basically learning a different language at work. Not literally a new language, but I have taken over a new area of the department.
Right.
An area you used to be a part of whenever you worked there.
Yeah.
And trying to understand what in the fuck they're talking about.
I mean, not for nothing, your job really does have some technical jargon to it. And it does.
You think?
Yeah, and you kind of have to... Like, you can't really miss.
Well, and so being the supervisor over this department, or this area of the department,
right,
is really interesting because I'm expected to attend meetings with people that have been doing this for 20 years and actually sound intelligent, and like I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
I feel like I'm just like, hey, guys.
So you straight just pull Goonies out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would love to give you that it will get better, like give you a little bit of like, encouragement. But your job is continuously changing.
Yes.
Every day.
Continuously changing.
Right. So
and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's very hard to kind of give encouragement.
It's hard to keep track of everything.
I mean, I get that. It was like I was on the tail end of training because the training 6 weeks?
Something like that.
6 to 7 weeks of training just to kind of get you up to par. Even though the first day you're out of training, they're going to hit you with like 16 different other things. And then the next day, maybe 14. And it might decrease or it might increase. You never know. But being a supervisor, as you said, you've been doing this 8 years?
Yeah. Well, I've been, 2019, I guess. Yeah.
So 8 years?
I've been at the company for almost 9.
Okay.
So about 4 years in the supervisor role.
Yeah, so your brain is basically working overtime?
Constantly.
Because there's not enough room to stuff all of the material that they try to put and present to you.
Right. If anyone's watching and wants to offer me a job, I do well at project managing, leading others when I don't know what in the fuck I'm talking about, organizing people. Yeah. Just throw that out there.
Yeah. I have nothing. Like, he already has his resume ready to go. I'm more or less like, I won't kill you. So.
Where is it?
I was going to say, but something that won't kill you.
Oh, yeah. So something that won't kill you, let's see. What would that be? Oh, yes. This episode was brought to you by Audible. With more than 400,000 audiobooks, there's always something to listen to.
So get your free 30-day trial and 2 free audiobooks and support us, of course, with audibletrial.com/podsquad1.
Yes.
I was gonna
And
say,
we
'cause-
don't have a nifty book plug because JD's the one that reads. Eric and I are dumb.
I
and
never
like to watch-
learned how to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric and I like to watch videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Movies, TV, rot our brains, you know.
I mean, I read a book once. It was that picture book back in like kindergarten. But
JD, I know you're watching because I saw you shadow ban someone.
fair.
Give us a good audiobook. Maybe.
I'm gonna laugh. He gives the Bible. Don't spit.
There is an app out there that will read the Bible to you as Snoop Dogg. Yes.
I got nothing.
They have AI generated Snoop Dogg's voice.
AI generated is going to. I don't know if it's going to make the world better.
I have after this episode, I will have to show you that ad. It is horrendous,
Yeah, it sounds horrendous.
but amazing.
I can hear like Snoop Dogg talking about like Moses in the Bible. Or
Oh, it
whatever.
doesn't.
Like,
It starts out in the beginning.
well, that's what I'm
And
saying.
you-
But like, if he gets to Moses or whatever like that, I'd be like, Moses didn't like this. What was going on? You know why when he split that Red Sea? You know what he didn't like about it? Moses didn't like the faux drizzle. Yes, I did that. Bad jokes aside, are you really pulling it up right now?
I am. Hold on,
Oh,
because I think everyone should.
see.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, I did that. Bad jokes aside, are you really pulling it up right?
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I forgot that I'm listening to our show.
Right.
I was gonna play the audio for it because it's actually pretty hilarious. But anyway, why don't we
it's
go
Snoop
to
Dogg.
our first article?
Okay.
Yeah. So of course we've talked a lot about AI here lately.
Yes.
Yeah. So OpenAI's GPT-4 created a playable version of Pong in under 60 seconds. Hey, that's just wild to me that it was able to code Pong in 60 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, for me, yes and no, because Pong in 60 seconds, it's 2 bars, 2 blocks, and a ball.
Yeah, but
It's-
it was a huge hit, and back whenever it was created, took a lot of development.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally, I think it was the very first video game ever. And it was
One of them, yeah.
created back in I don't remember exactly what branch did it, but it was essentially like NASA. I'm completely wrong and I'm butchering that. I apologize, but it was done on not like a console like we're used to seeing now. It was.
No, because they did it on an oscilloscope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. Okay. But we've talked about this a lot on the podcast before. You know what would be great if they would have done this in 60 seconds? Made a playable version of Doom.
Can it play Doom?
I don't know.
So, recently, OpenAI's released GPT-4, the latest iteration of the AI language model, and people are really putting the tool to a new test, right?
Right.
Really testing it out. Including one user claimed that the model created a fully playable version of Pong in less than a minute.
And good luck on that name. Actually, I think I know how to say it.
Petro...
Pytro.
Pytro?
Pytro. Yeah, it just sounded out.
Sharona?
Oh yeah, that one I have no idea.
Who tweeted out that GPT-4 created the iconic game in less than a minute, along with a screenshot of the conversation they had with GPT-4, asking how he could create a Pong-like game. The model suggested how he should make it before providing a basic example using JavaScript with HTML5, Canvas API. He then shared a Replit link for those that wanted to play this build. And so, of course, it shows a tweet here with the actual code that they used based off of what ChatGPT-4 had created, which is, I mean, the technology for the GPT-4, I mean, for what you can use it for, from writing papers for school and finishing your work on time because you're too lazy to do it, and told, if you're a programmer, and said, hey, ChatGPT-4, make me code that does this. And it just does it.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a computer writing computer language.
Right.
So.
Very up-to-date software.
Right. But I think it's really cool that it can do that. So.
Well, along with the story, additionally,
he managed.
Shirano, there we go. I'm just going to say that. Shirano. Managed to get JIP4. Yeah, I'm not going to try to screw that up. Yeah, it's GPT. But yeah, we're just going to say JIPed. JIPed4 to recreate playable versions of asteroids and breakouts. Shirano also notes in a few replies that he tried to get JIPed 3.5. That just makes more sense. Come on now. That's just funny. GPT 3.5 to build Pong, and was met with debugging issues. Noting that JIPed4 managed to create a workable version of Pong for the first time he was asked. OpenAI released JIPed4 earlier this week. The company claims that the latest AI language model is more creative and collaborative. Blah, blah. See, I can't talk now.
Collaborative.
Thank you. English for the win. Than ever before, and notes that it can accept text or image inputs from a user, alongside recreating iconic video games. JIPed4 is also powering platforms such as Microsoft Bing Chatbox. Go down and get the last part. It's part of a recent wave of AI innovation that has sparked controversy in multiple communities as creators weigh the benefits and drawbacks of the new technology. One way or another, it's never been easier to play Pong.
So like we've said before, it's gonna be, whenever it's fully developed, like GPT-4 or Chat GPT is limited greatly.
Right.
Because it has data from 2021 back, I believe it is.
Okay.
So it doesn't crawl the web to find out all the new information coming out. So it's not up-to-date information. Mm-hmm. So it's real neat because it guesses a lot.
Okay. Like educational guessing?
Sometimes.
Okay.
So you almost have to ask it multiple times in separate chats to make sure it gives you like the same type of information. Otherwise, it could be just like the whole don't trust anything you search on the web, right? Or you see on the internet, right? Kind of the same thing is don't necessarily trust it because it could be giving you bad information.
What do you mean? If it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
Yeah, shut up. But no, it's I think as it becomes more refined,
right,
it will help out in jobs as a productivity tool, right? Especially for those who have to do coding and stuff like that,
right?
Or do reports, pull reports, and stuff like that. I think it will be useful in schools as an educational thing, mainly for kids to cheat on their history paper. Um, Imagine what kind of grade you would have had in school if you had this in certain classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of grade I would have gotten in gym.
You still would have failed.
That's just because I didn't want to dress out.
It can't do jumping jacks for you.
Oh, but it can. If it can make Pong in under 60 seconds, it can do jumping jacks.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
With it being, operational and could actually help with productivity and everything like that, and you're making good points as far as, like, jobs, schools, everything like that, all of the mainstays.
Right.
What about hackers?
Yeah.
I mean, you always have to take the good with the bad. I'm not saying hackers are bad. Hackers are bad. But...
Who said that?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you have the the productivity in a positive way, but you are also giving something to the world that can be used in negative ways.
It could be, or my fear wouldn't necessarily be hackers using it as a tool to hack per se, like as the tool to hack, right? Mm-hmm. But as the as this comes out and becomes a bigger thing, because Bing has already implemented it, right, and it's a beta release, so it's not widely available for everyone yet,
right?
But once this type of technology does come out to the point where companies implement it in their day-to-day workflow and everything else, because it's going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what if there is some kind of major security flaw in the program itself, in GPT, and then the hackers hack into the company or whoever's implementing it through that.
Right.
And then you've got access to all of their databases and everything else, because you can just ask ChatGPT, what's this company's secret sauce,
Right. Well, I mean, it depends on what companies are using it to begin with.
Right.
And we've actually talked about that on the podcast as well before, about how when we had talked about hackers before, mm-hmm. and how easy it was for them. Like, you actually got frustrated about it because you were like, can you not understand passwords? Can you not understand the signal, like the strength of a good password? Stop using this type of password or whatever like that.
Yes.
It's going to have to, like, if it does and when it does, actually not if, but when it actually does start to get a little bit more up to date and receiving information and building its mainframe to actually be, like you said, it's 2021 is what you said?
Yeah, 2021 back. Yeah.
So when it goes, like,
when it starts becoming current, it won't crawl the web for all information.
Right. That's when people need to. I mean, there's going to be security risk that are taken. There's going to be security measures that are activated to prevent that.
Yes.
But you still have to be kind of worried.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, so funny thing with the Bing release, right?
Right.
You can actually make it so. I think I've mentioned this in the last couple of podcasts. I have a favorite YouTuber that I watch.
Right.
It's Linus Tech Tips.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they've been talking about it on their podcast called The Wayne Show.
Okay.
Okay. Luke, which was one of the hosts, actually mentioned that that he got in an argument with it.
With the actual AI?
Yeah.
Okay.
But on Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he was actually able to get it to start, like, bashing him, like, horribly bashing him. Like, you're the worst person in the world. You deserve to die alone and have nothing. Right. Like...
Is this open for the public? Can I get this AI too?
Not yet.
Damn it. Because I would look at the AI and be like, your mother was a snowblower.
But it's just, he said it has mood swings like an adolescent teenager.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. So
I'm Groot.
Right.
Whoa! It's a lot of tree sap you got there.
Right. And so it's just, and the funny joke they said on there was that it was, if the hype about Bing, you know, how it's so horrible and everything else, is built in to the AI, that's probably where all of its angst comes from.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why don't you take this next one here, Eric? It's we're going from new age to old age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So apparently vinyl records have outsold CDs for the first time in decades.
Yes. I'm trying to click on the link and I can't. Ah, there we go. See?
Yeah.
I need AI.
Yeah.
I'm old.
New age to old age. There we go.
What is this? What is this lab thingy you're talking about? Yes. So, I mean, I'm not at all. Yeah. See, the AI was listening to me. It's like, create a free BBC account. I don't even know what that is. No. Anyways, yes. This is not shocking to me because vinyl records. With the, I'm not gonna say that it's been a something new, or has like recently become something that a lot of people know about, but like DJs have always been around, but a lot of people are actually sitting here understanding that, and this has been an ongoing argument for the longest time, is what sounds better, a vinyl record when you listen to it or a CD. And a lot of vinyl enthusiasts that like vinyl records and everything say you can't get this type of sound on a regular compact disc. So that's always been an ongoing battle between both. But, you know, a lot of people have actually started to, like, it always comes back around full circle.
Right.
And vinyl records are, you know, coming back around, or have been coming back around. So I'm not surprised that they're outperforming and outselling CDs because... Here's a question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
When's the last time you actually bought a CD? That is not a DVD, a Blu-ray, or just anything in the CD. I'm talking about like a straight music CD.
Like 2007.
Okay. I can't say that because I shop at Goodwill. I like going to Goodwill and finding deals and stuff like that. So I buy CDs. I really don't have a good reason for it. I'm a collector. Do I have vinyl records? I do. Do I have a way of playing the vinyl records? I don't. But that should tell you, people, when they see a milk crate or a wooden crate or whatever, and they have vinyl records in there, you're going to have people, you know, maybe not buy them all up at one time, but they're going to shop through it a little bit. You don't see that with CDs, with compact disc anymore. And I'll do one better. MP3s. Like MP3 disc.
Yeah.
The very tiny ones. I've not seen anybody with one of those in the longest time. But here we go. Vinyl record sales, like Joe said, outperform CDs in the U.S. for the first time since 1987, according to new reports. 87. I was considered young back then.
I was too. Yeah. I was 1.
Oh, that hurts. Because I'd have been, what, 6?
No.
5?
You're 40, right?
Yes.
I'm 37.
Okay.
Okay. So 3.
Are you trying to do math with me? Make me
So
feel
you're
more
3
like
years older than me, so you would have been 4.
Okay. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, whatever.
7, 8, 9. We can count. We can't
right.
read.
Yeah, right. Just over 41 million vinyl records were sold in 2022. To the tune of 1.2, is that billion? Can't be. I mean, 41 million vinyl records, depending on rarity and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it does say 1.2 BN.
Billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just hear that again. $1.2 billion.
Yep.
And then, of course, it's also broke down into what is the denomination for, is that pounds?
Oh. Yes.
Okay.
Billion pounds.
Okay.
So almost £1 billion.
There you go.
That's a heavy record.
Yes.
Is it heavy metal?
Jesus. Only 33 million CDs were sold, amounting to 483 million. But I mean, 33 million CDs. Okay, so maybe vinyl definitely outsold CDs, but
right.
Obviously 33 million CDs, people are still buying them. It was the 16th.
Why? Who?
I mean, just I'm not the only collector you know, sir.
No, I know.
There's probably, because you think about it. Okay, so a lot of people, I don't know if they really burn disc anymore.
No.
Because LimeWire screwed that up for everybody. But you do have torrent sites still that you can burn music onto a CD. But a lot of people don't do that anymore. iTunes is a big thing now. Like Spotify. Like they just sit there and find the song and they just put it on their list or whatever. Right. So that's going to kill CDs out badly. But you also have people, let's say, that want to become a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
There's still DJs that go off of CDs. Not very many, but there's some that still do CDs. So you're going to need to get stock for if somebody, like say you go and do a wedding as a DJ or you're hired on to do a DJ and stuff. They have their first dance song. They have the, whatever,
yeah, but
all
you
that
can
stuff.
create a playlist of
you
that
can.
on like YouTube Music or
you can, but I'm
Spotify.
just saying there's still people out there that need to buy the CDs because they don't either A, know how to do that. They're not technologically...
Then they shouldn't be DJs.
Yeah, but it's just the creativity. It's the love of music.
Yeah.
Like they like performing in front of people and stuff like that. Because not only just playing the song, you have to be good on the mic. My dad is a karaoke DJ. He's a KJ. And has been doing it for years. He has still a CD book.
Right.
Of just random CDs. Of like country, rock, maybe a little bit R&B. I wouldn't say gangster rap. Like he's not going to throw Tupac on at a show or whatever like that. But he also has a...
That would be funny.
Yeah, right?
It would be even more funny to watch your dad up there singing it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But he also has a book of like CDGs, which are a karaoke disc with just how you see someone playing karaoke or whatever like that. And they're reading the lyrics off of the thing and they have the music behind it, but no lyrics are actually you don't hear somebody else singing besides chorus parts. That's CDG. So he has all of that. That all being said, the whole point is people are still going to go out, venture out, and especially if they're only selling CDs at places like Goodwill or there's not too many shops anymore that actually do that. But CDs are $1 a piece now. So yeah, there's probably going to be people who will be like, "Oh, I remember the CD," and it brings back that nostalgia for you, and you just up and buy it. Now, buying CDs at $1 a piece and selling 33 million CDs like that, okay. Spending 483 million, like that's a lot of dollars. So it was the 16th consecutive year of growth for record sales, about 71% of physical format revenues. Recorded music revenue in the U.S. grew from the for the seventh consecutive year and reached a record high of $15.9 billion. Now I'm thinking recorded music, that's going in the studio and actually doing some stuff. Some things that I would like that I'm looking to do here next is record some music with a new group. But that all being said, overall revenue for recorded music in 2022 increased by 6%, according to the report released by the Recording Industry Associations of America, RIAA. Yeah. Driven largely by streaming, but also by physical music format sales. You want me to continuously keep reading, or do you want to read some too?
No, go for it.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to read the entire article.
Oh, no, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Enjoy.
It's like saying, rah, again.
Rah!
Yeah, because it's RIAA. The report found that revenue for physical media formats has steadily risen over the years, marked by a remarkable resurgence in 2021. After being muted by COVID-19 in 2020, physical music revenues as a whole were up 4% last year, propelled by vinyl records, which saw a 17% increase. Doesn't sound like much being 17%, but
that's huge.
it is. That is a large increase. Meanwhile, revenue for CDs fell 18%. So yeah, you don't get the same sounds.
No.
Physical copies of music were continued to perform better than digital downloads. The report found, which saw yet another decline in revenue, dropping by 20% to $495 million. It's a stark contrast from the peak popularity digital downloads once held, having made up 43% of recorded music revenues in 2012. You remember 2012? It's so long ago. Since then, downloads have plummeted to just 3% last year.
Wow.
Kind of makes you want to just start singing show tunes.
No.
Yeah, you know you want to.
No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You said you have to read the whole thing. I'm leaving the last three for you.
Where were you at?
It starts
Revenue.
CD
Okay.
fell 18%, so physical copies of music.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Physical copies of music continue to perform better than digital downloads, the report found, which saw yet another decline in revenue, dropping by 20% to $495 million. It's a stark contrast from the peak popularity digital downloads once held, having made up 43% of the recorded music revenue since 2012. Since then, downloads have plummeted to just 3% last year.
Now here's the fun part. I actually told you wrong, and you just repeated everything I just said.
You
But that's what you call a remix. All right, continue, sir.
Yeah. So, you dick. I hate you. Get out. Get out.
I can't. There's no room.
Oh, well, that's our show, everyone.
Yeah, right.
Physical copies of music can
Yeah, right.
revenue from streaming, which includes paid subscription, ad-supported services, digital and customized radio, social media platforms, digital fitness apps, and others, grew 7% to a record high of $13.3 billion. It accounted for 84% of total revenues. Last year's vinyl record sales demonstrated that vinyl is cementing its role as a fixture of the modern music marketplace. RIAA chairman and CEO Mitch Glazer said in a post on Medium, "Music lovers clearly can't get enough of the high-quality sound and tangible connections to artists vinyl delivers." Glazer said, and labels have squarely met that demand with a steady stream of exclusives, special reissues, and beautifully crafted packages and discs.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Which, I mean, the art that was on the sleeves for old vinyl is fantastic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like before, like sub story, real quick. I had my dad's old record collection.
Yeah.
Which every Led Zeppelin record, every AC/DC record, Black Sabbath's first record. But he also gave me a record that I really wanted bad. I had no idea why I wanted it so bad until years later when I had kind of grown into an adult. Those records are no longer with me because, things happen.
Right.
But the record that I really wanted from my dad was the record of Up in Smoke. He had the soundtrack to Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. Now, side note, if anybody doesn't know this, and the only reason I know this is because I'm old, in those records, when they were being distributed and released back in the 80s when that movie came out. Maybe it was 78, I can't remember which. But yeah, when those records were being distributed and sold, there was a present inside of those vinyl records.
Oh.
Yeah, they would package in a free set of rolling papers.
Nice.
Yeah, and my dad, for whatever reason, when he gave me the record, they were gone.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
What's up with that, Dad?
I don't know. But he swears up and down that they were already, he bought it secondhand.
Oh,
they
yeah,
were gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's out of all the records that he passed down to me or whatever like that. That's the one that I missed because it was in the record, like you said, the way they did the artwork and everything on those,
yeah,
and released them the way they did. Amazing, because everybody remembers Up in Smoke, or hopefully everybody remembers Up in Smoke. There was Cheech drove a car called the Love Machine.
Yep.
That's what the record was shaped into. Like the
yeah.
actual packaging was them in the car before the officer comes up and does the iconic lines with Cheech Marin.
Right.
So that being said, yeah, that one actually, that was one of those records that I really wish I would have held on to. But like you were saying, the artwork, and they continuously keep improving on it.
Oh, yeah.
They, if you get one of the, like they were saying, the reissues or the special packaging and everything like that, they really swing for the fences on those.
Yeah, they do.
Those are great.
So going from music to movies.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Quentin Tarantino's final movie revealed.
Yes.
And you want to know what it is? According to a report in THR Today, it will be titled Powerpuff Girls, the live-action musical.
Finally.
Right.
Finally.
I'm joking. It's the movie critic. And Tarantino has already written the script.
How would you do that?
Yeah, you were hopeful.
I was. Powerpuff Girls deserve a movie. Definitely.
I mean, they have one. And you said Marin wrong.
I know. I caught that as soon as I did it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's Marin. But if you look at interviews.
So what's your last name?
I don't want to give that out. Why would I give my last? Then the AI is going to come after me.
Yes. Anyway, let's go back to Tarantino. So, according to a report, THR today, it will be titled The Movie Critic, and Tarantino has already written the script. He plans to direct the film in the fall. Sources also tell THR that it will officially be his final movie.
Sad.
Yeah. And that it will center on a woman in the late 70s Los Angeles. There isn't currently a studio attached to fund and distribute, but it could go out to buyers reportedly as earlier as this week.
Okay.
So who knows? Up in Smoke Baby in the background being filmed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. IGN reached out to Tarantino reps for comment. Chatter over what will be Tarantino's final directional project has run rampant for years now. However, there's good reason to believe that this will finally be it. The filmmaker behind movies like Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has previously repeatedly said that his 10th movie would be his last, and although he's already technically made 10 films as of 2019, he considers parts 1 and 2 of Kill Bill to be the same movie.
Yep.
So by Tarantino's math, this would be his 10th film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should 1 and 2 be considered one movie?
Yes. I genuinely believe that because
So is Star Wars one movie?
sure,
All of them?
it's a trilogy.
But
Nobody factors in. No, nobody factors in 1, 2, and 3, anyways.
Yeah.
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 4, 5, and 6, totally, definitely, because it's the reason for a lot of things. But yeah, 1, 2, and 3, no,
No.
it's utter shit.
I mean, they're
No,
no.
no, they're not.
no. If you like,
I will tell you this: the
you-
best thing out of 1, 2, and 3 for me, being a fan, Darth Maul,
okay,
Obi-Wan, because Ewan McGregor,
Yes.
how he plays him, yeah, that's it.
absolutely.
That's period.
What about Qui-Gon Jinn?
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I mean,
If they had him in there longer, it would have been decent.
he was in the whole movie.
No, like in the series.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but that's not the way that George Lucas originally approved.
Fuck George Lucas.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you look at the actor, great acting choice to play Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was the lion in Narnia. He's been a really bad dad in the movie's Taken
Yeah.
or whatever. Because Deadpool had it right in the movie, like where he's just like, his kids got taken again. Sometimes you just got to realize that you're a bad dad. But he also played Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bare-fisted fought wolves.
Yeah.
But as far as a Star Wars character, no, I cannot back that
No.
at all. And then of course we all know what happened with little Anakin. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget the greatest character, Jar Jar.
But if Anakin had been taught solely by Qui-Gon Jinn, would he have turned out different?
No,
No.
because he took one shot, or he took one look at younglings, and it was over.
Yeah.
That's all he really needed to turn evil. Some bratty ass kids.
I get
Like, you don't
that.
deserve this, and they were done.
I get that.
Yeah, but no, like, there were so many problems, and I'm not trying to sway this from Tarantino to Star Wars, but I mean,
Yeah. Anyway.
as far as Kill Bill 1 and 2, yes, because it is a continuation. Even though they came out separately, even though it did take a little bit of time because movies don't, you can't just snap them out unless
Right.
it's like anime or, whatnot, where you already have stuff in the can ready to go.
Right.
But for them to follow Beatrice Kiddo, which was Uma Thurman's character, the bride,
Yeah.
in Kill Bill, for them to, that closed all the doors. That was one of the greatest 1-2 punches, because you watched Kill Bill at the very beginning and stuff, and you're like, oh wow, like, that's shitty. Like, wow, dude, David Carradine, you're an asshole,
Right.
or whatever. Nobody knew what was going to happen in the future to him, but at the time they were like,
Right.
oh my god, I watched you on Kung Fu. Yes, I'm old, but it's just like, no, stop it, Bill. And then the sequel happens.
Yeah.
You realize that, sorry, spoiler alert, she had a daughter, but it starts to all come together, and then by the end of the movie, you're
Right.
like, oh wow, there's nobody left. Like, it's closed all the doors. A lot of movies don't do that.
No, they don't.
And especially TV shows don't do that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could get behind Tarantino's
Thought
decision
pattern.
for me. Yeah, for being like, no, that was one movie. So,
Right.
like you said, him doing the next one will be his 10th film. I mean, that just tells you right there, the one thing that I'm looking at in the article, he's only done 10 films. Or will only do
Wow.
10 films.
Yeah.
He's set.
Well, oh, well, yeah.
He doesn't ever have to go back to it.
He's set now if he doesn't even do his 10th.
But that tells you right there that just shows you how glorious of a director he is.
Right.
Not inglorious, but glorious as a director, that he had that many fans.
Right.
So many people have watched his movies. So many people can quote his movies. I promise you that if you haven't, you've thought about it or wanted to, but I'm guaranteeing you've seen Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You can
Seen Pulp
believe,
Fiction, Kill Bill, Inglourious Bastards. Have not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
great movie, and it follows. It loosely follows the Charles Manson
Oh,
story.
okay.
Yeah, because Margot Kidder,
Yeah.
the girl that plays Harley Quinn, is playing the woman that Charlie Manson's family killed.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that they wrap it up. Like, you're watching the movie, and all of a sudden they look up at a street sign, and you're like, "Oh wow, I didn't even see that."
Right.
But that's just Tarantino's way of doing things. Reservoir Dogs, great movie. God, that was a great movie.
Another one I haven't seen.
Such a great movie. I don't want to be Mr. Pink. You be Mr. Pink. I'm Mr. Brown. Nobody's switching name. Yeah, it's just a great movie. Like, that was the first Tarantino movie that I've actually watched. The one that I didn't really... It wasn't that I didn't love the movie. I own the movie. Like, I love the movie. Is Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, I love that movie.
I am not surprised by that. We'll give some nasties. 999. I did learn something. I did learn something from that movie is the fact that when they're down in the bar and you see the guy who is United States intelligence and he's trying to get in and stuff and he does this. Or I think this is the way you're supposed to. And he did that. Or he did this. And the Germans immediately knew that he was a spy.
Right.
And they beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And I'm like, what does that mean? And then I found out about it. Like, I was told about it and stuff. And I was like, wow, really? That guy's an idiot. Well, why would you do that?
So I've found a lot. So I watch stuff, of course, about spies and all that kind of stuff, right? As people do, right? Mm-hmm. One thing that... So there are a lot of cultural differences between, Russians and Germans, U.S., and how we even count, right?
Right.
So, and I'm not talking about the language-wise, but, like, whenever you're counting, do you do 1, 2, 3? Whenever, like...
Oh, good question.
Using your fingers?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
4, 5, yeah.
Germany, right? So, and this could have been a way that they played it in there, right? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. They start with their thumb first.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
That might be, like I said, from the scene of the movie, it might be stemming back from when that's how they caught on.
Right.
To tell people they were...
There's lots of different cues that people do to figure out how they, what they do. So, anyway, Tarantino.
Yeah.
Reaffirmed that his next movie would be his last as recently as last year.
Right.
Telling CNN, I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it for 30 years. And it's time to wrap up the show.
I mean, yeah.
So, as much as it sucks because he has made a ton of films. A ton of great films.
Right. And then I was going to... There's one last little bit to it. Tarantino made his directorial debut in 1992 with Reservoir Dogs. Oh. So that's kind of awesome. The first time I ever watched a Tarantino movie was his first movie. And would go on to become one of the most influential modern filmmakers. Correct. True. His most recent movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, was nominated for 10 Academy Awards.
Wow.
And won 2. So, I mean... Once Upon a Time in Hollywood follows Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like, that's the two main guys in that movie. And then they just kind of sprinkle in different actors. Like, they actually end up going to Charles Manson's ranch.
Right.
You're watching the movie being like, okay, Leo DiCaprio is just a frustrated, can't find work actor.
Right.
There's so... Like, the way he's... It's misdirection. Because you're watching the movie, you're like, oh, wow. And Brad Pitt's a badass, but you wouldn't expect that. Like... Because he gets in a fight with Bruce Lee and holds his own.
Right.
And you're just like, what? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, like I said, when they look up at the street sign, that's the whole movie.
Right.
But it was Tarantino's envisionment of it.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's what actually, it took me a while to watch it and everything like that, but great movie. I did want to kind of, they actually have a list on here, which I'm real big on list. They ask a question. What's Quentin Tarantino's best movie so far? Now, they give you options. You have Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, which doesn't get talked about a whole lot, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Huh.
Now the messed up part is I own every single one of those movies. But would it be an easy guess thinking it would Inglourious Bastards for you, Joe?
That or Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anybody in our chat?
No one saying anything.
Okay. Well, that question is for everybody.
Yes.
You know, anybody that's watching on our social sites or in the chat or anything like that, just throw it out there. I was actually wrong because let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But Kill Bill Volume
Is
1 and
9.
2.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all 9 of his films. So I would have been wrong. I thought a movie that was done called Four Rooms was a Tarantino flick. I guess I was wrong. But you were saying out of the 9 films, Inglourious Bastards or Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Pulp Fiction. If I had to, yeah, Pulp Fiction. It'd either be Pulp Fiction. Honorable mentions would probably be Reservoir Dogs or Kill Bill Volume 1. Because just the sheer part in Kill Bill Volume 1 when she gets, beat to shit is an understatement. Like, they beat the shit out of her. And she gets sent into a coma. When she wakes up from her coma, she has to re-teach herself how to walk. Because she's been so out of it. She's been comatose for so long that she has muscle dystrophy.
Yeah.
Like, she has no way of getting up and moving and stuff. So the scene where she's in, we'll just call it the P-Wagon. Because it was a very, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, but she's in the backseat of the truck, and she was like, wiggle your middle toe or wiggle your big toe. Yep. That actually, like, watching that scene made me want to watch the rest of the series. Like, watch the remainder of Volume 1 and then check out Volume 2. That and the Crazy 88s. Like, the gigantic sword fight at the end of the movie, you can't go wrong with that. But, yeah, no, because of all of his other stuff that he's done, I really... Like, Quentin Tarantino is one of those directors that just can't do wrong in my eyes. Because, like I said, out of 9 films, like, from his standpoint, like, they've all been extremely successful. Except for maybe The Hateful Eight. But a lot of his movies have made bank. And to be able to watch every one of them and not really lose, like, any respect for the guy. Or being like, that was okay. Or whatever like that. Right. Like, I enjoy all of them. So, him going into his 10th film, like, I can't wait. Like, I think he's going to have a really good 10th film. Because it's the end.
Right.
I mean, those are only words, and people usually, if money talks, like, they will come back. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that, is it the Swan Song? Is that what it's really kind of called as? Like, when it's the Fen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's going to want to go out on a high note.
Right.
He doesn't want to sit there and... Tarantino's never been that person to just kind of throw something in a movie studio and be like, here, just... It's crap, but take it.
Oh, no, he wants to make sure if he puts his name on it. Right? Yep.
Now, there's one thing that nobody ever wants to put their name on.
What would that be?
Florida?
Oh, God, Florida.
Yeah.
So, Florida Man.
Oh, God.
So, from the greatest of all time to the...
You can't even sit there and say it now, can you?
No. So...
Let me pull this up and let me actually get a picture of his face.
Oh, God.
Because I want to see a picture of what a bad decision is.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah. Jesus.
You see that face, right?
It's only it's a face only a mother could sit there and drop off on a porch.
So, a man has been ordered to stay away from booze after a drunk driving arrest in which he was only wearing boxer briefs.
I like the fact that booze can actually sit there and sit there and tell the police, tell the police, be like, we don't want anything to do with him.
All right.
Yeah.
I won't say the guy's name. Just
DMW.
DMW. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
DMW. And if you want to know his name's links in everywhere. He's 26, of Lady Lake, pleaded no contest last week in Lake County Court to a charge of driving under the influence. He was told to get an alcohol evaluation and ordered not to possess or consume alcohol during a 1-year probation term.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to.
Yeah. In addition, he will lose his driver's license for 6 months. He'll be driving tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And has been ordered to perform 50 hours of community service, though he can buy out at the rate of $10 per hour. So $500 and he's free.
Good math.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Because I was still trying to factor it in my head. I'm like, holy shit. So you mean I can... Oh, all right, cool. Next time I get arrested, I'll be like, buyout? Anybody? Buyout?
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 He was driving a 2004 blue Dodge Neon with a non-functioning driver's side headlight when he was pulled over on a county road at Tracy Avenue on the backside of the village of Silver Lake, according to an arrest report from Lady Lake Police Department. Williams was only wearing boxer briefs, which appeared to be soiled with urine.
Yes.
Yeah, solid with urine would be just as disgusting.
Right.
Yeah. According to the report, the Florida native admitted he consumed 7 shots and 4 beers that night.
That was a damn lie.
Yeah. Just take me to jail. I'm drunk, he said. He struggled through field sobriety exercises and provided breath samples that registered .203.
Holy shit. Yeah, dude, you straight lied on what you had. Yeah.
Limit, right? Yeah. And .171 blood alcohol content. Should be noted that during the breath test, the defendant would stop breathing into the instrument and would attempt to inhale from the mouthpiece. He was still trying to drink.
Either that or like,
hit
like hit a bong.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how that works, sir.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for that article.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean,
there's no more after they run, like they get their results back and stuff. There's no take me to jail. I'm drunk. No, you're going to jail.
Right.
There's yeah. You don't get that choice anymore.
That choice is out of your hands.
Yeah. The only choice you have is what bench you're going to sit on in the drunk tank to fall asleep.
I mean, does he even have that option?
It depends on how the drunk tank looks that night, I guess. But, man, no, like, yeah. Now you're going to get another account given to you because you sit there and said...
Take me to bed. Or take me to jail. Like, okay.
No. It wasn't even that I was talking about. Let me go back up. 7 shots and 4 beers.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Now, depending on what type of alcoholic shots you were taking and consuming is one thing. But you're not going to blow that on a breathalyzer test if you've only had like 7 shots, 4 beers. There had to have been something else included in that. But
yeah,
the mug shot tells me everything I need to know.
Right. I mean, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, he was when they took the mug shot, he hadn't sobered up. Like he was still he was woe gone.
He was well squozen.
Yes. Wait, wow, what?
What? Oh. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, Florida Man is what we end on.
Yeah. Drunk guy that is about as good as this podcast. I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Are you drunk?
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said on my live video when we got ready to start, hope everybody out there is being, well, I mean, it's 11:10. Yeah, no, St. Patty's Day at 11:10 on a Friday. Yeah,
there's no one watching us.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
They're out there. They're blasted. Yeah.
They're Irish, sir. They're not blasted. They're
Well,
Irish.
no, I'm Irish.
Everybody gets to be Irish on, like, one of your favorite movies,
Yeah.
Boondock Saints. Norman Reedus actually says it in the movie. He goes, "Yeah, we don't need to fight. Everybody's Irish on this day."
But the Irish do fight.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone.
But the thing is, like, my whole point, St. Patty's Day. Everybody can be Irish tonight.
Right.
Just be responsible. I mean, I would be as Irish as hell if I wasn't diabetic. Then
Fair.
I would tell a cop, like, "What you had to drink tonight? 17 shots, 14 beers."
Just take me to jail.
Yeah, I'm drunk. Take me to jail. Give me that breathalyzer test. Let me try to. Is it my turn? Is it puff puff pass? Hand it to me so I can hit it. Here's the thing that we forgot though, like our outro.
Our outro?
Yeah.
Did we forget it?
I think we did. Because I mean, with JD not being here,
We forget everything.
yes.
Yeah. I mean,
JD is also being Irish tonight.
probably.
He's had way too much coffee.
Let's see here. If I can find an outro.
Whatever you do, don't ask AI, especially through Bing.
No, it'll
Right.
get angry.
If I needed to, like, if I was still as shy as I was back when I was a kid and needed like some comebacks or whatever like that, I would totally download that, or at least try to get gypped or whatever, the GPT or whatever,
yeah.
just to teach me how to verbally.
Abuse someone?
No, just verbally argue. Like if GPT was like sitting here, like trying to make me feel bad about myself, like I could actually give, or have the time to learn, to sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, you want to verbally fight? Let's do this," and I would be the only person actually fighting with an AI. And hell, if I won against the AI,
You won't ever win against
no,
AI.
sir. Have you ever seen War Games? The old days. Damn, I'm old. Never mind.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, "What, do you want to play a game?"
I don't want to.
I don't know why my voice just changed that way. I have
Yeah.
no idea why.
Are you an AI?
No.
Okay.
Are you saying, is that why I would never win?
Possibly.
You know what? I'm moving to Florida.
See you in the news.
Yeah, right.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Republic of the Geek. Same as YouTube. Watch us on Twitch, Republic Geek. Check out our Teespring store. That's about all I got.